My name's Debi Gliori and I'm an illustrator and a writer. I am a creature of habit, a real habit. I have breakfast at the same time every single morning and I come trekking across the garden path to work at the same time every morning. So usually I will pitch up here at about 9:10 in the morning and I'll come in and start work. I suppose a job is I paint pictures and people give me money for it. First book I ever wrote, I thought, hey, I've written a book. I could never do that again. And I really did think I could never do it again. And when I was expected to write another book, another picture book after my first one, I thought, what am I going to write about? I've got nothing else left to say. I thought. That was, after all, 74 books ago. So obviously I was wrong. The idea for a new book usually starts off with just one particular image, which will come to me at all sorts of strange times, like in the bath or when I wake up first thing in the morning, or sometimes when I'm working on another book, an image will just pop into my head and I'll think, what is that? But it's usually quite a persistent image, and that is the seed of the idea for a new book. It was the image of that little rabbit confronted with the scariest thing of all. He's very, very small and it's very big and dark and sort of tendrily and horrible and sort of waving its roots at him. I had that image in my head. I had no idea really what that story was about at the time, but I knew that I wanted to paint that. It took me so long to get the story to wrap around that particular picture. It drove me absolutely nuts. I went for many, many long walks in woods trying to sort of shake that story loose, and the story refused to be shook. I got eaten alive by various insects in various woods. Still the story would not come. I tried writing the story in rhyme. It wouldn't work. And then I finally worked out the best way to do it was just to write it in plain old prose, and I started writing a story about a very small rabbit that lived in a wood. And so I went from the writing to drawing some character sketches very, very loosely in charcoal. At first he looked like that, but he looked too old. His neck's all wrong and he looks kind of grown up. And I liked that one because he's so small he doesn't even make it into the picture. Then I sort of had more or less the story written down, showed it to my publisher. Well, actually I sort of dragged her up here for lunch and read it to her. I didn't show it to her because I thought it would be better if I read it out loud, because after all, picture books are meant to be read out loud. So I read it to her. She said, "Marvellous, I'll buy it." I love my work. I can't sort of go for a walk or do stuff with my family without thinking of stories and things that I'd like to draw. But I have to work quite hard at telling stories, whereas I don't find drawing remotely difficult. I mean, I'm not going to say I can do it with my eyes shut, because obviously I can't. But the storytelling is a craft that I've been learning over the past however many years I've been doing it. Whereas I feel that the drawing is something that I was not born with, but is certainly a lot more intuitive. It doesn't feel like a job. I still actually, in my heart of hearts, cannot believe people pay me to do this, because I'm having ridiculous amounts of fun.